We're trapped on the 38th floor, and the telephone system blew too. Amazingly enough.
Tom Hanks had his fingertips on the cutting edge of technology in the 1998 movie You've Got Mail. But his real passion lies in typewriters. CBS Sunday Morning's Lee Cowan spoke with the Academy Award winner about how a love of old typewriters inspired Hanks to write his first book, Uncommon Type.
Look at that. Isn't that a fine, manly typewriter?
When Tom Hanks, who collects old typewriters as a hobby, suggested that I might be a little cooler if I owned one too, who am I to say no?
If you wanted the perfect typewriter that would last forever, that would be a great conversation piece, I'd say get the Smith Corona clipper. That will be as satisfying a typing experience as you will ever have.
I was sold. That Corona clipper now sits in my office.
But I'm looking at this and I have to say, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it.
Hanks himself owns more than 100 vintage typewriters, and he knows as much about them as the good folks here at Gramercy Typewriter in New York City.
This is the typewriter that got man to the moon. It redefined what a typewriter was.
He's even created a typewriter app. He calls it Hanks Writer. It's as quaint as it is fun, but it certainly takes some skill. There is perhaps no greater evidence of Hanks' love of typewriters than the fact he named his book after them, Uncommon Type, a collection of 17 short stories, his first attempt at moving from actor to author.
Are you scared?
No. Yeah.
It's you.
It's me.
There's no romantic meeting at the top of the Empire State Building, but he does write some lovely tales about romance and heartache nonetheless. There's no boy trapped in a man's body, but there is a story about a boy and a sports car.
This is from a special weekend. In the driveway was an actual sports car, red, a two-seater with wire wheels. The wood paneling was like furniture. The seats smelled like leather baseball mitts. The red circle in the middle of the steering wheel said, Fiat. That's right, Fiat.
Hanks has always loved the promise of the future. He's too young to have attended the 1939 World's Fair, but he wishes he could have.
There was such a great faith in man's capabilities of improving the world. And I just thought, that's right down my alley, man.
So he wrote about a man who time-traveled his way back there, thanks to money earned off inventing a gadget that only Hanks could imagine.
Was that one a fun one to write? Because the
that was a
but
blast.
just the words that you get to use, the invention. I have to read it now because I will never remember.
Oh dear.
The shuffle access digital valve relay.
Yeah,
that's an invention.
Yeah,
means nothing.
Means nothing at all. But you know, there's probably a couple in the cameras and in the phone that you're carrying around right now. Oh, I could sit around and come up with names like that all the time. That's a dense, solid machine.
In case you're wondering, no, he didn't write his book on a typewriter, but he's woven a typewriter into every story. An Easter egg, as he calls it, for the reader to find.
It helped me formulate each story.
Really?
There was
because each typewriter had sort of a personality to it?
Yeah, exactly. I have 3 or 4 of this actual Olympia.
Do you really?
Yeah, because, I mean, look how beautiful it is.
That's great.
He says he still uses one of his many typewriters almost every day, even if it's just for a grocery list. They are not only a touchstone to the past, he says, but an invitation to sit down at the keys and let his mind and his fingers wander.
If I see enough stories that are around and start asking enough questions about where it would go, I hope to write more.
We hope so, too.
There you go, kid.
For CBS This Morning, Lee Cowan, New York.
And it only cost you $973 in cash. Am I wrong?
That's terrific.
Oh,
I love the sound.
I'm always intrigued by what people collect.
Yeah. What do you collect, Charlie?
Nothing particular.
Okay.
Stories, questions.
Questions, yeah.
Great interviews.
Exactly.
Great interviews. I haven't read the Tom Hanks book yet. I'm looking forward to digging into it. Yeah.
That was a great, intriguing piece.
Yes, very much.